I'm in high school and I have a part-time job at a fried chicken place. And as I'm standing there hour after hour packing boxes for takeout, my mind naturally wanders to my favorite topic, which is, what am I going to do when I go to college next year? See, everybody assumes I'll go into journalism. My dad is an editor at the local newspaper, and he was a reporter before that. My one brother is already studying to be a television photographer, and the other one wants to be a sports writer. And I myself have been a writer or an editor on every school yearbook or newspaper or a magazine all along the way. But lately I've been thinking maybe I don't want to join the family business. Maybe I want to do something else. Maybe I could be a history professor or a veterinarian. I love animals. Or maybe I could go into politics, run for office. Still, when my dad tells me that there's a part-time job open down at the newspaper and it's mine if I want it, I am really psyched because this is my chance to find out what it's like to work at a daily newspaper and whether it's what I want to do with my life. Now, the job isn't in the newsroom. It's not even on the same floor. It's down in a little office off the lobby, and it basically involves answering the phone. So I'm kind of bummed because it sounds boring, but it beats coming home every night smelling like fried chicken. Early on, I learned that on some of my shifts, I will be running not just answering these little phones in this office, but actually running the newspaper's switchboard where all the calls come in. So I will put on my headset and sit in front of this big board with a lot of lights and slots and phone lines, and a phone call will come in, and the caller will say they're looking to place an ad for their upcoming yard sale. So I'll send them up to the classified ad department. Or they'll call and say they're going on vacation and they need to stop their newspaper delivery. So I send them over to the circulation department. And sometimes they'll call with a news story or a tip or something like that, and I send them up to the newsroom. And I quickly learned that people call the newspaper for all kinds of other reasons. See, this is way before the internet. There's no CNN. There's no 24-hour news radio, at least not in Michigan, in my hometown. When people want their news, they get it at 6 and 11 o'clock at night on TV, or whenever the newspaper lands on their doorstep the next day. And when they want to know something outside those hours, they call the newspaper and they get me. So they'll call and ask something like, we'd like to go on a picnic this afternoon. Can you tell me if it's going to rain? And I put them on hold, and I call up to the newsroom, and I get the latest weather forecast, and I come back and I'll say something like, National Weather Forecast says it's going to be sunny and in the mid-60s. Have fun on your picnic. Or a Detroit Tigers fan will call and be frantic. I missed the game. I had to work late. What happened? So I'll put the caller on hold and I call up to the sports desk. And more often than not, I come back and I tell them that the Tigers lost again. It was a bad year for the Tigers. And then every once in a while, always at night, I get a call from someone who says they're just kind of wondering if anybody else has reported seeing a UFO. There are these strange flashing lights in the sky. So I put them on hold and I call up to the newsroom just to check. And then I inevitably come back and tell them, no, sorry, it's just you. Now, the summer after I graduate from high school, I start getting a different kind of call, and it's about something that's happening hundreds of miles away in Washington, D.C. And now I'm finding myself telling people things like, the Supreme Court has ruled that President Nixon must surrender his secret tapes. Or the House Judiciary Committee voted to approve the second article of impeachment, and the vote was 28-10. And then I find myself getting many, many calls from people saying, is the president going to resign? And I tell them, I don't know. We don't know. What I do know is that this is really big and really important. It's never happened before, and I'm part of it. And then one hot August day, I tell caller after caller, the president will address the nation at 9 o'clock tonight. He will announce that he will resign tomorrow, and Gerald R. Ford will be our next president. I am 17 years old. 2 months ago, I was still in high school. And a few months before that, I was serving up fried chicken. Now I'm telling people about the biggest news story of our time. I'm telling them one at a time over the phone, but I am telling them. And when I leave that job and go off to college a few weeks later, I no longer have any doubt about what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be a veterinarian. I'm certainly not going into politics. I'm going to join the family business. I'm going to study journalism, and I'm going to be a journalist. And over the next 30 years, I cover everything from the guy with the largest collection of Popeye memorabilia in the entire world, to a triple homicide on the streets of New York, to the 100th anniversary of the Lizzie Borden murder trial. And I wouldn't change a thing.